Well, the farm next door's been up for sale for nigh on 30 year, and then one day it was bought, and then the next day it was bought still, and I asked who'd bought it, and they said it was Batman, and I said, okay.
Well, I've readied the forms. I've polished the town bell. We're gonna make this all official, and we'll give him time to move in first. You know, he's got to settle down, but we're gonna make this official. Get everybody down to the town hall, and we're gonna have a right old party and welcome him in.
Well, I don't know if he'll stick around for that long, because we get a few city folks come up here buy the houses, because houses are cheaper than down there, and they don't always stick around because they don't fit in with the local village folk like us. And my dad, he's not so keen on him. He reckons he's Johnny Foreigner. He reckons he should go back to Gotham. I don't know where he's from, but I think he should go back there.
I was in my bedroom and I said to my mum, he's there, and I heard this sound and a car went, ooh, gone past, and I was so excited. I went up to my window and I was like, Azerbaijan! I didn't know what to say. I was so excited. That was the first word that came into my head.
I met him. I did. I saw him and I met him, and I asked if I could have a picture of his wicked shoes. Well, I think he's settling in okay, but I'm not quite sure he's dressing for the weather down here. It gets quite cold come winter, and I see him in his belt and his pants and his special cape. But if you ask me, he should get down to the market and buy himself some wellies and a barber jacket. The wife wanted to get him one for Christmas, but I don't believe in giving presents.
It's awesome, Cress.
We have had him in the village pub, 3 crowns and horses, a few times actually. We spied him in the corner drinking his lager shandy. No, I don't think he's been sampling any of the real ales. But we keep some lager on tap for the ladies, so he's quite happy drinking that. Quite happy drinking that. Batman's lady lager.
Well, he's fitting in nicely, but, you know, to become a part of the committee, you've got to be proposed, seconded, thirded. I think that's it. I can't remember because the committee hasn't changed in a while.
I saw him the other day driving across the back of my field on his bat bike, doing all sorts of wheelies and tricks, and I thought, I hope he doesn't. I hope he's okay and he's settling in. My mate works down at the petrol station, Petrol Pete. He said that he challenged Batman to a drag race at the lights down by the school, and he's got a car and he beat him in quarter mile. Actually, it's more like half a mile, but it's where they do the Santa dash every Christmas. Well, you should hear the ruckus he can make with that Batmobile. It makes my Massey Ferguson sound like... It makes it sound really quiet, because it's loud, his Batmobile, even though you'd think they'd want it to be quiet so he can sneak up on his villains. But no, it's really loud.
Now, there's a lot of concern down at the parish about the way that his farm is being kept. He's only moved in, he's took the gates off with the mobile as he's arrived, and we're in for 5 rounds of shepherd's happenings if he doesn't sort it out. I'm gonna go round when it's night time, and I'm not gonna tell my Mum and my dad. I'm going to go around, I'm going to get his night vision goggles, and I'm going to see what's going on in old Jeb's barn at night, because I've heard some strange things, and I ask him about it, and he says it's not for me to know, it's not for me to find out either, so I need to know, and I need to find out.
It's awesome, Cress.
I stood by my my favourite toy in my bedroom, which is like this little creature thing, and I was holding up one of my little creatures out of it, and I shouted to my mum, "Look at my worm!" And my mum was like, "I don't want to look." And then I realised that Batman was outside, and he was looking at my worm, and I was holding it up in the air, and he nodded.
I do see him occasionally. He came round, and I asked if he wanted to go fishing down the lake, and I even offered to lend him one of my rods, but he said he was busy fighting crime that day, so I went on my own. Caught trout.
I was sneaking in my dad's cupboard, and I found this film. It's called Lock, Stock, and I'm going to make a new version of it, and I'm going to see if Batman will be in it. And I've got my dad's camcorder, and I got the tape out of it, and I thought Batman would be cool if I made my own film. And I took the tape out, and my dad had in there, and it was a bit strange because there was pictures of people in there, and I think they were doing some kind of dance, but they didn't have any clothes on.
Well, I was in here just 3 times last week, and I saw him at the jukebox, and he asked if he could borrow £1 so he could listen to his favourite song, and I asked him what his favourite song was, but he took the £1. He got a trolley from the supermarket, and he didn't use it for a jukebox at all. So, so I think he don't like music.
Well, there's been some concern down at the local bakery. I saw Batman wandering around with a baguette. It's put them in a right conundrum down there. They're not used to this kind of foreign food. They make loaves and bread rolls. Point is, they don't make baguettes.
Actually, last Wednesday, me and a couple of the other lads from around here, Pete was there. We had a few beers, and then we went and snuck up to his house, up to the farm, Batman's farm, and we poked our heads through his bedroom window, and we sung really loudly at him, and he woke up, and then he ran to us, and we got down and we ran away.
It's awesome, Cress.
Now, I saw him arrive, and the first thing I thought was, what's he going to bring to the tombola at the fair? At the fair. We need prizes. Well, I was thinking about what I might do this Easter and Christmas and Shrove Tuesday and Bob the Apples Day. Well, there's been an element of concern down at the parish. We're mainly concerned if he uses one of these there gadgets to try and become Bob of the Apples. Now, Bob of the Apples is a tradition. It's gone back many years, and usually, I say usually because there was that one time in 1942, but usually you have to be a local village resident for at least a long time to be Bob of the Apples.
I've been running the cattle show down at the fair for the last 7 years, and I asked Batman if he thought he could enter one of his heifers, but he said he would. So I guess we'll see on that one. I don't know if he will.
Well, I've heard great things about this young gentleman's ability to make mustard. With the right coach, I think he might be able to become the mustard champion this year.
My mate, Tomlinson, he went surfing in Cornwall, and he said that he saw Batman driving across the field in front of the beach, towing a caravan.